Carl Bradford from Chaparral Motorsports here with Alyssa from Sena, and today we're going to be talking about the new Momentum line of helmets. Now, Alyssa, how long have these helmets been on the market?
Just this last year. So they're actually manufactured around the Sena technology with our Bluetooth. We have the Momentum Lite that's basically a 10S series, so a 4-way intercom. Momentum that'll do up to 8, so it's similar to like a 20S or 20S Evo. Okay. And then we'll have the Pro and the ones with the INC as well.
That's pretty cool. So I've been running this helmet for about 3 weeks now, out on the road testing it, and it's a really interesting helmet. Now, I gotta say, the one thing about it that I'm still on the fence about is those the ear pucks. So when you put this helmet on, it's like slipping on a set of earphones. Like literally all sound is drowned out and you can't hear anything.
Well, especially you've got the INC one. Those are a little tighter too, just to do its job.
Crazy. Like literally, so the first time I put this helmet on, I walked out to the bike, put the helmet on, fired my bike up and was like, oh my God, something's wrong with the bike. I take my helmet off and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So I wasn't able to hear all the low tones. So it sounded like the bike was like firing on one cylinder, but it was really doing just fine. Pretty crazy. So you really get concert quality sound out of the speakers of this helmet. Really, really interesting. Absolutely no wind noise. Like it doesn't matter how hard the wind's blowing outside, you don't hear it because you have those earmuffs on. So as far as sound quality goes, it's phenomenal. Everything's integrated. Everything is just built into the helmet. There's no microphone in the front that you can feel. It's integrated into the chin bar itself. Can you talk a little about the technical features of the helmet and kind of what Sena was thinking when they put this one together? Yeah,
so since we already own the technology for the Bluetooth, we were trying to make it so that it can be all in one. You don't have to buy a helmet and then go out and buy an intercom system or something as well. With the Momentum that you have here, this will do up to 8 riders can be connected over Bluetooth, and you'll have your audio multitasking and just about all the features that you would have with a 20S Evo or 20S. With that said, since it's designed around Sena, there was a great deal of time taken in working with one of the largest helmet manufacturers that makes most helmets as far as the pieces. At the end of the day, this needs to be a helmet. It's DOT and ECE, and then designed around the electronics and those ear cups in there. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so it's interesting. So I have some in-helmet audio and video that I'm gonna give over to our camera guy here who will be able to splice into this video so you can see how this helmet functions on the road and kind of what I'm thinking about it, kind of a vlog style format, if you will, but it's a neat helmet. I mean, if you don't already have a helmet and you don't already have an intercom, it's really a neat option. I mean, you really get everything into one helmet, which is pretty cool. All right, let me close the windscreen here. So Sena Momentum helmet, the first time I put it on it was crazy. So it came in the shop, we looked at it, we kind of put it on in the shop, we kind of walked around with it and passed it around. Everyone got a chance to take a look. And my first impression was it was a little bit heavier than some of the more modern helmets, but it has a unit built into it, so you really can't compare apples to apples. You have to compare a helmet that already has a unit attached to it, and then the weight is pretty much about the same. So anyway, walk out to the break room. I go ahead and, people in the break room are like, oh, that's cool. Put it on. Let me see what it looks like. So I put it on, and I can't hear them talking. I just see their lips moving. No. So I'm like, oh, whatever, dude. Catch you guys later. So I get out to the bike, and I hit the starter, and it fires up, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. Like, something's wrong with my bike. So I ripped my helmet off really quick. And all of a sudden my bike sounds normal again. So come to find out, it was the ear pucks that are inside this helmet that basically act like ear muffs that were totally deadening out like the low frequency sound. So I was only hearing like one part of the firing of the cylinders. So I thought it was only firing on one cylinder, but it was really functioning 100%. So I went out, got it on the freeway, started riding with it, and noticed that there was zero wind noise inside this helmet. Like the way that the ear pucks sit, and now I know the ear pucks and the ventilation. So all of the vents on this helmet with them open, they really don't do a whole lot. But that's not what this helmet was really designed for. It's designed for optimum quality as far as music goes, as far as the sound. And I got to tell you, when you're wearing this helmet, it's like you're sitting in an orchestra. Like the sound quality inside this helmet is ridiculous. So I made a phone call to the wife. I called her and was trying to see what it sounded like, and she said it sounded okay, but she was hearing a lot more wind noise than I was hearing. Okay, we're in a race. Oh, he's winning. Maybe I shifted too early on that time. Oh, stop sign.
So I called the wife, and she said it sounded okay. There was just a lot more wind noise than she had previously heard. I've got a Sena 30K that I'm running on my Icon Alliance, or sorry, not Icon Alliance, my Icon Air Flight helmet. We have the step-by-step installation video of that 30K on that helmet, so if you want to check that out, I'll put a link here in the description to that. But yeah, overall, the helmet's really neat. The one thing I don't like, so it comes with a pinlock visor, but I do a lot of dual sport riding, and dirt gets in between those two different layers. And when it does, it kind of scratches both of the screens. So I typically don't put it in, and it's not cold here, so I don't run the pinlock visor. Now in the morning when it's 60 degrees outside, this shield on this Momentum helmet fogs up instantaneously. So anyway, even at 60 degrees, I'm fogging up the face shield if I stop at a light, and the ventilation isn't super superb, so it takes quite a while for that to clear off. So if there was one thing that I really wish was different or better about this Momentum helmet, it would be the fact that just put an anti-fog coating on it as well as the pinlock. That would be amazing. What else? So the ear pucks that make it sound like you're wearing earplugs is a really interesting feature. I'm still getting used to it. I have found the ambient noise button, which is kind of nice. So the ambient noise button allows me to be able to touch a button, and it basically magnifies what other people are saying outside of the helmet, so that I can actually hear what they're saying. Because with the helmet on, without the ambient noise button on, I cannot hear anything what the people are saying outside the helmet. But with the ambient noise button on, it's like they're on a microphone. It's super loud. I actually made the mistake and turned the ambient noise button on while on the freeway the other day. Just tested it out, and it felt like I was in a hurricane. Absolutely crazy. What else do I like? The buttons are really easy to use. There's 3 buttons on one side and 3 buttons on the other. On off is really simple. You just hit the 2 buttons for a second. Boom, it turns on, turns off, same thing. Accessing voice control, super simple. Hold the button down for 2 seconds. It asks you what you want to do. You tell it what it does, and it's ready to go. So the ambient noise button's really cool. There's also a what's that called? It's basically noise canceling. So the button in the center over here on this right hand side is a noise cancellation button, so you can kind of turn that on and off depending on what you like. All in all, it's neat. It has a 20S system built into it, so audio quality is phenomenal. The the microphone quality could be improved. I've had a couple of talks with Sena about that, and they are working on a better solution, but don't expect it to be as good as a boom mic sitting right in front of your lips. It's not. But overall, it's a great helmet. I mean, if you're looking at the helmet, I'd say it's about a $250 value for the helmet itself. And if you look at the price of a comm unit, a 20S, you're looking at about $200. So being able to get into this helmet for that price range and not have to buy other devices to attach to the helmet or put into the helmet, and everything's all separate to go, I think the Sena Momentum helmet is a great value for that guy who doesn't already have a premium helmet that he loves or a communication system that he's in love with. If you need either one of those, if you have either one of those, then just stick with the Sena 30K or 20S and you'll be super happy. But if you are looking to upgrade one of those and you don't have the other, the Momentum helmet is definitely the route that I would go. They also make a less expensive version of this one. It's called the Momentum Lite, and that basically has a 10S version inside of it. So that's what we got. Anyway, I'm Kyle Bradshaw from Chaparral Motorsports. Thanks for tuning in as I've taken you on a quick tour of this Momentum helmet out on the road so you can kind of hear what's going on. Until next time, take care out there and ride safe. What type of customer are you seeing purchasing this helmet?
A little bit of everything. I mean, it helps you if you're going long distances and you have less of that pressure on your ear with all of the wind noise, and you don't get off the bike after hours and your ears are ringing or anything. Listening to your music or speaking with others, it's kind of a little bit of everything. From your commuter to your touring. Could really see this going any way.
Yeah, I wore it on Saturday for 600 miles. I left here about 4:30 in the morning, rode to Vegas, stayed there for a couple hours, and then rode back home. Was back home in the driveway about 4:30 in the afternoon. So really on the bike all day long, other than about a 2-hour period in the center, and then an hour for a meal stop on either end. So other than the 4 hours accounted for meals and that one little stop, literally on the bike all day long, no fatigue from like the wind. It was pretty crazy.
You guys are like best friends now. You've spent a great deal of time together at this point.
My buddy. So Alyssa, what kind of accessories are available for this helmet?
This helmet also has a smoke shield, so you can put the black smoke shield on this one, and it does come with the pin lock that'll go inside of the visor as well. Other than that, everything's pretty much in there. You're set to go. And then it will have two types, a thick and a thin of the ear pads, so that you can actually adjust it. If you do have a slightly wider head or narrower head, you can put the thicker or the thinner ear pad on there too.
So yeah, the Momentum helmet from Sena. It's a great helmet if you're looking to have everything integrated into one shell. There you go. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for coming out and talking to us about this neat new helmet. We're going to have another detailed breakdown video. We're going to take this helmet apart and show you the internals of it and exactly how this helmet is constructed on the inside and how everything is integrated. I'm Kyle Brash from Chaparral Motorsports. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't done it already, please hit that subscribe button. And if you thought anything in this video was entertaining or informational, please give us a thumbs up. Until next time, take care and ride safe.